Kobe once said, I was like a wild horse that had the potential to become Secretariat, but who was just too wild. Welcome to Cody's Corner. Hello, everybody, and welcome officially to Cody's Corner. We're talking to you live, coming from the third quarter of the Ravens game. I wanted to welcome everybody to Divisional Round Weekend. Welcome, everybody. I'm sat beside by the one and only Petey.
Hello.
And the man in the chair, the one and only, streaming the game live. We got David.
Hello, hello.
Listen, welcome to the Divisional Round. We were so excited to talk to you about these games that we decided that we had to talk to you coming live while one of them was going on.
I remember this was one of our signature things on our show in the first couple of weeks.
Yep.
Remember Tariq? Shout out Tariq. Big fan of whenever we would be recording while there was a game on. He was like, "Oh, I loved hearing the reactions live." So we're bringing it back for the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe it was on purpose, maybe it was by accident, but hey, who knows? All I know is that it couldn't do anything but be a positive.
Yep.
Other than that, I got to put this horse quote out of my hands, please, because I'll hold it forever if you let me. Welcome to the Divisional Round, man. Look, right now we're looking at the game. The score is 17-10. It looks like Lamar's already going crazy. There's 7 minutes and 16 seconds left in the third. Hey, man, I mean, as far as a recap goes or like a prediction, this game is already going on. Do you see the Texans coming back and winning this game?
I can see it happening. I mean, Texans have that offense that I would never be comfortable with a low lead, you know?
Would it help you if I told you some of the quarterback statistics so far?
Give it to me.
Give it to me. So 15 for 25. CJ Stroud already has 141 passing yards. Lamar's 10 for 15 with 89, but a touchdown. So it's looking like CJ's putting it more in the air, but Lamar's getting a little more done with what he got. Do you think that Lamar's going to seal the deal? Some people are saying that this is Lamar Jackson's most important game of his career.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. He's been in the playoffs before.
Has he?
Yeah. Only 4 games.
Only 4 games in the playoffs?
Yeah. Josh Allen has 9 games, so
wasn't that his rookie year?
I believe so. I'm not exactly
If I'm
sure,
not mistaken, Joe Flacco was the starting quarterback of the Ravens, and they were heading into the playoffs, and that was when he got hurt. And then that was Lamar Jackson's debut, and I think that he just, like, slipped into the playoffs first then. But this is the first time that Lamar Jackson is really standing on his 2 feet, trying to, like, really ease his way into, you know, he already got the bye week. Now he's going against a really offensive-heavy team. Not to say that the Texans' defense is bad, but that's not what they were known for.
No, man, offensively they're a problem. The Ravens are coming fresh. They had a little break. Hope they enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But look, this is going to be a tight game. I think everybody thought this would be, it's the Ravens. We got the Ravens. But it's like, I can't comfortably say that the Texans are going to lose.
All right, let me ask you this, because people have, like, it's a 50-50 decision when you talk about this, right? Do you think a bye week is beneficial or has a negative impact on how the team plays when they come back?
I was having this conversation with my coworker recently,
right?
Because I think in the MLB, it's not a good thing to have a bye week. You know, I think baseball is one of those sports. If you're not playing for a week, it kind of throws you off. You're not seeing pitches much live. You're not in a rhythm. I think baseball is just a big rhythm game.
Okay.
So when you're taking that break, I think that could really hurt you.
Now,
football,
yeah,
I think it's a little less. Even though you do want to be in a rhythm, I think there's a lot you can do in practice to keep that rhythm enough. And I think having that rest on your body is huge.
Well, that doesn't mean that they're not practicing, though.
No, they are.
I want you to know
they're practicing, but I'm saying they're not in a game, you know?
Right, that muscle memory of game time week by week. You know, you can miss it. Maybe you catch somebody slipping a little bit, someone that didn't get as many, you know, chances to take it full speed or full force, some might say.
But
I don't know, man. David, what do you think?
I think a bye week. I kind of agree with Pete. I think a bye week is really only beneficial probably in football, and every other sport, like basketball. Like if you sit out for a week, you're gonna come back. Your rhythm's gonna be off.
Yeah.
Same thing with baseball. I've never played really soccer, so I couldn't, But hockey probably the same thing. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it this season, too, with teams when they have their bye week. You know, every team has their bye week throughout the season. They come back strong. and they come back ready to play.
Yeah, healthy, yeah.
That's the thing. It's rest for the body. And it's just like a full circle. Like, a week is a week where you can avoid injuries. You let people heal. You let people, take care of their diet properly, drink a lot of water. You're not gassing them out. They can't get the air knocked out of them, this and that. And it's overall just beneficial for the body. But is it beneficial for the mind? No, dead ass.
Hopefully they're reading.
I'm not talking about, reading defenses, maybe. Reading a playbook, maybe. The cadence of a play or not.
Or maybe some Shakespeare.
All right. Anyway,
you don't think Lamar Jackson was back there with like Romeo and Juliet?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the last thing he probably read this week was probably Romeo and Juliet of any sort.
I think it would be a great team building practice.
I really didn't do Shakespeare in school.
If that's crazy, I think it would be a great team building practice if they came together as a team. Everybody had assigned roles in a play and just read out together.
And David popped out with a powder wig on.
Hear ye,
to be or not to be. That is the question. And then David be like, to parlay or not to parlay? But we're not going to hop so quickly into the David antics. Finishing this game is pretty easy, I think, to decide who has who. I think Baltimore is going to finish this up, sadly. As you know, C.J. Stroud is the dog for me. We've been talking about it all year long now. I don't know, man. I feel like I don't want it to end so soon, but I also wasn't expecting it to end at this point in time.
So I was thinking about it. I agree with you. I think it's going to be a little sad to see CJ out, but he's so young.
Right.
There's so much potential there that we're going to see them in the playoffs again.
100%.
And you know what? Like, thankfully for him, because he's a rookie, he could take this loss and be like, whatever, I was a rookie. And that's not to say that you want him to ever quit, because you don't want him to quit at the same time. But on that same hand, it's like, okay, we don't expect you to explode. We don't expect you to get super far. I've been seeing this meme. People have been sending it to me left and right. The Super Bowl that everybody wants to see. And it was the Lions versus the Texans.
I would love to see the Lions in the Super Bowl.
Me too, but like, there's way other teams before the Texans that I would want to see AFC represented by.
Are there many?
I'd want to see Baltimore. Okay, I'd want to see...
I wouldn't want to see Kansas City or Buffalo before Houston.
I would want to see Buffalo.
I'm tired of seeing Buffalo.
I would too.
They've never won a chip before.
That's
would
true.
Too. I would want to see Buffalo before the Texans.
Come on, bro. Honestly, as far as Jet fan, whatever, here we go. But it's the only team left from the division.
You're not supposed to root for your division.
Who else are you going to root for?
You wouldn't root for the Patriots.
Hell no.
That's your division.
That's different. That's the rivalry.
I think everybody in your division should be a rival.
That's not true. Yeah, I'm going to tell you exactly why that's not true. Excuse me. As a Giants fan, right?
I hate all of them.
You would root for the Commanders
if
they were going
No, I would
far.
not.
You're out of your mind.
I would
and you're
not root
telling
for
the truth. You might not root for the Eagles, and you definitely wouldn't root for the Cowboys, but you would root for the Commanders.
I would not root for them.
You're crazy.
I would choose every...
You're just a hater.
Yeah, you hate on your division. That's the point of them.
But I don't have a problem. Like, the Bills never gave me a problem. The only time the Bills ever gave me a problem as a fan was Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan gave me a problem when he kicked us out of the wild card. I already spoke in my last therapy session on this show about when Rex Ryan broke my heart in the playoffs. But as far as that goes, I don't have a problem with Josh Allen. I definitely think Stephon Diggs, it would be cool to see him win one,
Watch Gabe Davis get carried into one.
He's out. He's out of this game.
They're gonna really miss out on his average of 2 catches a game.
Oh yeah,
it's true. Hey, the one in the end zone, and then the one that gets the third.
The one in the end zone that he's gone 4 times this year.
We're not gonna start the Gabe Davis slander.
I'll start
it. We can talk about Buffalo when we get to Buffalo.
Well,
let's finish. You definitely got Baltimore?
I had Baltimore. I didn't finish saying this.
Okay.
So I remember, I think last episode we were talking about the script was scripting.
Right.
How much of a script would it be if, Jim Hardball did his thing?
If he
won his chip. His brother's got to get it too now, right?
Yeah.
I could see that happening. They're going to be like, the Hardball brothers both won their championships.
Not for nothing on SportsCenter, and you guys could vouch because I know you guys also watch a little SportsCenter. They show the Hardball family on there all day long, bro. in between.
It's like
the
keeping
brother winning the chip,
Getting you ready.
and then the other one's in the playoffs, and then the father was a coach for like 4 years in college, right? I think the last time that the father won was like 2002, which means he started in the 60s casually, and then
that's around
started
David's
a whole
time.
second generation of not one but two college football coaches, like in history. I feel like a family hasn't come close to being equivalent to that stature since like Arch, Peyton, and Eli.
You can watch Keeping Up with the Hardballs at 8 p.m. on ESPN every Saturday night.
Is that a real thing?
No.
I was about to say that. No, but that sounds real.
Should be.
With the Hardballs, and they like transition right into like and it's like
It's a very, very sitcom intro.
yeah. Keeping up with the Hardballs.
I just want to say that as I'm watching this game, Lamar is a problem.
Been a problem. What was that quote that you wanted to say so bad on the show? Yo, they're gonna get a Super Bowl out of me.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
This is him trying to do the damn thing. You know, I'm excited about them.
Oh yeah, I had Baltimore. David also had Baltimore.
Yeah.
You had Baltimore.
Yeah. They're the 9.5 favorites on the spread.
Yeah, that's.
I think that's a little close.
I expected it to be a close.
Far.
No.
I expected it to be closer. They're only down by 7, and it was a tie game going into the half.
The Ravens are about to score again, maybe though.
Oh, I don't know. The Texans defense held Lamar to 169 passing yards and 1 pick and sacked him 4 times. No one thought about that when everybody picked Baltimore, huh?
Yeah, they're still gonna win.
I guess it's just in the way, but there's always more time to go back into why he doesn't deserve to get the MVP this year now.
Speaking of MVPs, we have one of the candidates playing in this next game.
What does DJ Drama say? Mr. Transition!
Green Bay at San Fran. San Fran also with fresh legs coming into this game.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Green Bay's been on fire. They've been figuring it out, but now they have their toughest opponent.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
When someone sends San Fran, it makes me think of That's So Raven. Off rip.
Good show.
Like, without context, because on Disney Channel, look, my age is about to show. On Disney Channel, they used to be like, let's take it back to San Fran and That's So Raven. You remember that?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
At least it wasn't David's age showing.
Oh, no, he would have been like, yo, back in my day, there was only 4 channels.
I used to love the Honeymooners.
That's insane. Pow! Right in the kisser.
Oh, the Three Stooges were really great.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, word. Hear ye. My favorite show is on. I don't know, man. What do you think?
Live plays.
I gotta tell you, they gotta have David with that accent commentary. Down the field, here comes. I don't know, but it's gonna be.
They actually had that in MLB last year.
Uh-huh.
They always have one series in London, and they had soccer commentators commentate the baseball game, and
That's
it actually
pretty cool.
sounded really great.
Maybe they need that. All year
I do
long.
think they need that.
A little energy in there.
Some British now commentators are great.
So I got something to say. I think that
When don't
Green
you?
Bay is gonna keep this game a lot closer than people think.
I think they can, but I can also see it going really bad really quick.
Like David said off the mic, right? And this is a fact. Their rush defense is what San Francisco is really known for. But their secondary is the part that isn't as secure as the rest of their defense, you know? So when it comes to that, you look at that, and then you look at how Jordan Love is playing and how well he's passing the ball. It makes you a little more concerned that people might make it out to be. Because then there's people that are like, oh, forget it. It's San Francisco. You know what they're going to do. And they had a week off. And they got an MVP. They got the best running back in the league. And they're listing off all the feats. And, yeah, that's great. But Jordan Love just came off a week of destroying Dallas. Not playing around with him, not picking at his food, destroyed Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas destroyed themselves.
You know, speaking of which, I'm pretty sure that they decided not to give McCarthy the extension this year. Did you hear about that?
No, they said they weren't going to fire him.
So, originally, they were supposed to give him an extension if he does well this year. And then
Oh.
they decided when they lost that he has 1 more year in his contract. So they're going to let him coach out this next year and then decide what they do. Because if they hop into that same bucket of not performing in the postseason at all,
I think he's done.
he's out of there, bro. He needs
Yeah.
to be. All these Cowboy fans in New Jersey, for some reason, get McCarthy out of there, fire McCarthy, his day is done, he's finished. Dak Prescott is another Tony Romo, this and that. He has one more year to prove it.
Now look, it's tough because the Cowboys were so great during the regular season,
Yeah.
and they never lost at home. We know that.
Right.
Like, I don't know how much I can blame McCarthy for losing in this game. Like, at the end of the day, it's the players on the field.
Yeah.
You know, Dak's the one throwing ugly picks. I understand, like, there's play calling involved and all that, but, like, the players on the field have to perform, and when they don't, that shouldn't all fall on the coach.
So since Dallas underperformed, you don't think that Green Bay overperformed, which means that you think that
I think Green
Bay's going
Bay-
to get destroyed by 49ers today.
I think Green Bay performed a little bit better than I expected, but I did expect them to perform. But, man, from what I've seen the 49ers this year, every time I watch the game and they get the ball, their first drive is always a touchdown, it feels like. I always feel like I see McCaffrey run for like 60 yards and they score. And I feel like it can be really quick and ugly. Let's say San Fran gets the ball first, they score their touchdown. Green Bay punts, San Fran gets it back, and they score again. That's 14 down the hole real quick. And that's very possible. I think that's very possible in this game. Green Bay, I think, is a better team than everybody gives credit to. Them getting Aaron Jones back, huge.
Yeah.
I think that's a difference between, like, they snuck into the playoffs, but those games they struggled to win throughout the season. I think with Aaron Jones would have been a difference maker.
Now, I have something to add on to that, right?
Yeah.
Now you say they have all the pieces together. They're playing well. They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
The spread for this game is at 10.
I would take the under. Not confidently, but I'd take the under.
Well, the under's at 50.5.
No, I'm saying, like, I would take the under on the spread.
Oh, okay.
Under, like, 10.
So you would take San Francisco minus 10?
I would take Green Bay to cover the 10.
Okay.
'Cause I do think they can keep this, like, as a one-touchdown game in the end, but I could also see this being San Fran winning by 17.
I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I think this is one of the easiest overs I think I've seen in a while.
Are you putting that in your parlay, Petey?
Oh, it is my time to choose a parlay, huh?
I'm trying to give you a little chance. I passed you the spoon. The soup pot was open. You were getting ready to stir it up,
All right.
then you dropped the spoon.
Here's my parlay. I'm sorry.
You're good.
San Fran money line. McCaffrey touchdown.
Okay.
I don't know what their over-under is, but I'm taking the over.
Over 50.5.
Give me it.
You know, I didn't get to finish saying it, but it is one of the easiest overs I think I've seen in a while.
Give me that.
To expect nothing less than 30-something from San Francisco this game, I think is bold. And you guys can whether agree with me or not, but I think that even if Green Bay doesn't perform the way that they're going to, or people think they will, I think there's no shot that San Francisco doesn't explode. And if Green Bay can't explode with them, they're going to lose. I got San Francisco this week.
Me too. I mean, say my parlay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was about to say, hey, are you going to take it and then not put it in your parlay, or vice versa? You're going to put them in your money line and then take Green Bay?
Well, speaking of money, the next game coming, we got Baker Moneymaker on Tampa Bay.
Petey, you're so good!
At Detroit.
Listen,
I don't even have to tell you who I'm going to pick, because you know I'm going to pick.
I'm going to make it a little different this time. I'm going to talk my talk a little bit right now.
Do it.
I think, for some odd reason, Tampa Bay has a real chance in this game.
I think they have a
lot of people think you're out of your mind.
That's not odd.
It's Detroit's second game at home in the playoffs. They're feeling themselves. You know, they were really rowdy. They booed Matt Stafford and his family and all that. They're like, oh, do they have any advantage?
Huzzah.
Do they? I'm sorry? Oh, no, you thought I was David.
Sorry,
you got us confused. That's okay. We'll talk about this next fortnight. However, I want to get into this. I want to talk my parlay really quick. I'm going to make it up on the spot. I don't got no notes written down, as you can see. I got Baker over 250 passing.
I like that.
I got Amon-Ra St. Brown over 90 receiving. And I got the spread at Tampa Bay +5.
Cover 5?
Cover 5.
Okay.
I have Detroit winning still, but I think that this is going to be a lot closer than people have. Little side conversation I want to have is that my own flesh and blood, my father, approaches me prior to the show
Good word.
and says, what?
Nothing. Go on.
You're saying the word prior?
Good.
Like Richard.
Yeah.
But anyway, prior to the show, he says, I am going to bet you $20 that the Lions beat the Bucks by 20 plus.
That's crazy. Can I get in on that deal?
Is that me, or that's not the easiest $20 I ever won in my life?
Well, your dad's also the same person that said Trevor Lawrence is the next Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
So
His
yeah.
exact words were the best thing since sliced bread. That was the exact terminology he used for Trevor Lawrence. I don't know, man. I actually saw something. I heard it on the radio. Shout out 98.7, because I'm a sports radio listener. Okay? Right. Do you think if Trevor Lawrence was in a high media market like Dallas, you think people would be so forgiving about him being unsuccessful along the way?
Like if he was...
Because right now he's in Jacksonville, right? That's like probably one of the lowest media of all sports.
Let's say he was in Dallas.
Right. If he was in Dallas, he'd be public enemy number one.
I think he'd be on the same... It's like Dak. That's really what Dak is.
But that's the thing. But is Trevor Lawrence better than Dak Prescott?
Ooh.
That's the question.
I don't know.
Because sometimes...
I don't think so.
Look, let's be for real. Even Tony Romo, bro, he had a great career, regular season, and he's a very good analyst because he's a smart player with a high football IQ. Trevor Lawrence is in a franchise that has a lot of opportunities to give him chances to learn, because they don't expect him to take him all the way every time because they're Jacksonville. If he was in Dallas, Dallas would hate him. Even though he's probably better than Dak. I'm going to say it right now.
It's tough for me because we've seen how bad Dak has been in the playoffs in the past couple of years.
Right.
But every year, the Cowboy fans are drinking the Kool-Aid and, they're like, oh, this is...
Cowboy fans will drink whatever Kool-Aid Jerry Jones is serving.
Yeah, but, it's like they forget.
Be for real. David's nodding right now. Tell me that's not a fact.
It's a fact.
They could bring in, forget the plan. Zach Wilson is our new star. And
Star?
Star. And
Starter.
Star. No, but I'm just...
There will never be a star next to that man's
the
name.
picture that Jerry would paint. Friends call him Jerry, not Jerry Jones. As we get into it, we're getting really far off from Detroit, Tampa Bay.
We'll get back there.
But before we get back, I think that Jerry Jones just likes to paint the picture. He reminds me very much of Jerry Buss. Shout out Jerry Buss, old Lakers legend.
Shout out.
He became what was known as the guy who changed the media in the LA Lakers forever, bro. He was the first, one of those people, first NBA GM to have, cheerleaders and this and that. I watched the show on HBO Max or whatever.
Did you?
So I did. It's a phenomenal show. If you haven't watched it, highly recommend.
Of course I have.
Oh, you have watched it?
Of course.
Oh, okay, word. Great show.
Amazing.
So to get in, to split the comparison, I just want to say that sometimes the product is not always what the producer makes it out to be. And I think right now, Jerry Jones is doing an amazing job of making it not seem like it's Dak's fault when everybody knows it is, and where he might not get the same opportunity to fail and then try again versus if he was somewhere like Jacksonville. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I don't even know how to follow that up, man.
You don't have to, because we both picked that. And talking about follow-up, I think that Kansas City has...
Wait. I'm not done with this game yet.
Oh, okay,
I haven't
sorry.
spoke enough about
you had
Baker
nothing to
Mayfield.
say. I thought you were done. I thought we were on to the next one.
Enough about the Cowboys.
All right.
Now,
tell me how you feel.
Now, maybe I should have said this in the last game, but Stan fan might have the easiest road to the Super Bowl. I mean, comparing it to Baltimore, having to play Houston, and then Kansas City or Buffalo.
Right.
San Fran has to beat Green Bay. After that, they're only having to beat Detroit or Tampa.
Right.
I think they'll take that road. And now, as good as these teams are playing now in the playoffs, I don't think they compare to San Fran. But
no, but that's not how that works, actually, PD.
No, that's how it works.
Because if Detroit, no, I'm sorry,
one of those teams,
if Green Bay wins, wouldn't they play either Houston or Baltimore?
Green Bay's not winning. No, they're playing. It's the NFC.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong list. Sorry, Sorry, everybody. I was looking at the wrong. I was so quick to come at Petey, right?
Yeah, right.
That's so wrong of me,
It's
bro.
okay. It's okay.
You know, we spread positivity on the show. You know what? Please proceed. I apologize.
Yeah, thank you. Either way, Tampa Bay, Detroit. It's hard for me to pick Tampa Bay because I really think Detroit, with this home field advantage, they're going to go off.
I want to hit you with another word. May I interject?
Sure.
I'm sure trying to use big words around here. Lexi, just shout out. Lexi taught me the word expletive.
Use it in a sentence.
I don't know how to use the word expletive. So, going back on that, just for a second, you said they have an easy road because they're playing Green Bay. I'm sure Dallas thought the same thing.
I would
Yes
rather,
or no?
Yeah.
I bet money Dallas at home was like, we got Jordan Love to worry about.
Yeah, but I still think San Fran would rather play Green Bay instead of Dallas. Even if Dallas lost
they
that
destroyed
game,
Dallas, bro.
I know, but
they just they played with Dallas like it was their food from school.
Before that game happened, I bet San Francisco was looking at that game. They're like, we would rather play Green Bay than Dallas, even if they lost. I think they're happy with the situation.
So you think Kyle Shanahan goes into this game like easy?
Not easy, but I think they know they should and will probably win.
Do you think Dan Campbell is worried about Baker Mayfield?
He should be.
Should be.
He should be trembling.
I saw a stat. I saw a little Baker Money Mayfield Bunnymaker stat. It was like there's only like 5 or 6 quarterbacks in history that have won a playoff game with multiple teams, and it's like all the stars. It's like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, Baker Mayfield. Throw him on the list.
Oh, come on.
What?
He's great.
What do you mean?
He's great.
He is. I agree with you. What do you mean?
Good.
Come on.
Good.
I'm there with you. There's no come on. It's let's go.
All right.
We're here, bro. But why don't you have any faith in them winning?
I have faith in them winning, but I think Detroit at home is going to be a tough game to win.
Look, 2 number 1 overall picks in the draft playing against each other in Baker Mayfield and why am I having
There you go. You got it. Who are you talking about?
Goff.
Oh, Jared?
You know, I always get, I forgot who said it the other day, and I was getting confused myself. Someone said Josh Herbert. It was David. David said Josh Herbert.
He did say that.
In my head, I was like, that sounds so right, but why does it sound so wrong at the same time?
It feels
and
so
I hate when like people, there's a Josh. I think there's a new Josh in the league every year. There has to be.
It's a common name.
Isn't the guy Josh McDaniels? Isn't that someone else getting drafted this year? Or am I bugging?
I'm thinking of Mike McDaniels in my head, but I know.
Isn't there a Josh McDaniels coming into the draft, David?
A Josh McDaniels?
Is that a name? Is that a thing? Can we
out.
confirm if there's a Josh?
There's a coach whose name is
Yeah,
Josh
but he's not
McDaniels.
talking about a coach, is he?
I was just saying there's so many Joshes in the NFL. Since we like talking about names on the show, there's always a Josh. There's 2 Josh Allens. There was a Josh Rosen, and then there was another Josh Rosen. And then the one Josh Rosen was bouncing around quarterback team to team, and then he flopped. And then you had Josh McDaniels. I don't know. I feel like there's just certain names that are always common. You always see them.
How nervous would you be if you were Dan Campbell?
I'd be super thankful to be playing at home if I was Dan Campbell. Super happy. To be honest, not to say anything about Detroit's refs, but I'm going to say something about Detroit's refs. I was watching that Rams game, and it seemed like they weren't hesitating at all to call something on LA. But then when it came to something a little dirty on Detroit side, they were like... And that's not me saying that the refs are being dirty, but that's just me saying, hey, there's a reason you like home advantage.
There is.
You know? Not to hop into basketball. I was watching the Celtics game yesterday. There was a whole lot of...
I don't know if you've
in
had...
Boston. So, I think it does something for you. There's a reason you like playing at home, and it's not just the fans.
I don't know if you've had media training, but you did not answer my question at all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that was great.
What?
You were able to like take that question and completely not answer it.
Oh.
That was really
nice. It takes
nice.
professional skill,
It does.
right?
But
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
make you
what I
answer my
practice.
question.
Please.
How nervous would you be if you were Dan Campbell?
I wouldn't be nervous.
Not at all?
How nervous would I be? From a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
5. And it's only
Moderately nervous?
It's only up to the middle because it's a playoff game. And he has Detroit on his shoulders right now. Because if he doesn't win, Detroit will kill Dan Campbell. And I'm not talking about the organization. I'm talking about the city. Eminem may be on his ass directly.
24-10.
I think
That's the score of the Ravens game?
Yeah.
Who just scored?
Isaiah Likely.
Oh, you just called it. Isaiah Likely. What a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, the Ravens are taking that one by storm, huh? I told you.
Well, look,
I told you.
I think Dan Campbell should be nervous, man. I think he should be shaking like Michael J. Fox.
Ooh, oh, Jesus Christ, Pete.
Is that messed up?
Oh my God.
That is-
He lives with a physical condition, you animal.
That is, sheesh.
That was like
David-
back in the day when they used to put those 2013 memes and they'd be like, and do the Harlem Shake. And then they would
Oh, come on.
but I'm referencing
Ah,
something.
Cody.
That's worse.
Yeesh.
Yours is worse.
David,
You said, oh my God.
David, tell us about the premiere of Back to the Future. You were there.
Say that one more time.
Tell us about the Back to the Future premiere.
That's
Oh,
incredible.
he played Doc in the. He played
That's
Doc,
insane.
Petey.
I couldn't tell you, so I don't.
We're not going to the past. We're going to the future.
Well, speaking about the past and the future, we have a rivalry here in this next round. They've been at it in the playoffs already, and they're going to do it one more time. Kansas City at Buffalo. This is a tough one.
Look, we were talking about the script earlier. It seems that the script loves to get scripting according to plan because we get another installment of Chiefs Bills. Both of these teams know each other well. Bills seem to have an advantage as Chiefs offense isn't as potent as years past. This will be the 7th time Allen and Mahomes face each other in their NFL careers and the third, not one, not two, count 'em, third playoff matchup. Both quarterbacks have each won 3 games with the Chiefs claiming victory in both playoff games. Mahomes marched his team to a thrilling overtime victory. Man, I remember that game. I was watching that game live.
It was good.
Everybody you talk to about that game, man, did you see that? That's one of the best games I ever seen. That's why people are so excited about this game.
Yeah.
And they have every right to be excited. And I think, you know what? Buffalo's going to take this game over.
I mean, one of those games is the game that made us change the overtime rule in the playoffs.
It's true. It's the scoring rule.
We wanted that game to keep going.
Yeah. And you know what? No one's worried about it, but I'm going to say it. Kadarius Toney. Let's just take a moment to let that name settle in for a second. Kadarius Toney's out against Buffalo.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Buffalo.
Why?
Oh, Buffalo can't get a fumble this game.
Oh, come on. Someone might say he would raise an eyebrow, but he doesn't have one. Talking about here? What are we talking about here? So look, let's get serious for a second. They already had no receiver threat. Now whoever they had as a threat is out.
Yeah, he was never the threat.
He was never the threat.
Okay, so who's wide receiver one in this game now?
Rashee Rice.
Rashee Rice.
I think Justin Watson's more the threat than Kadarius Toney.
If Rashee Rice balls out this game and they win, Kadarius Toney might as well pack his suitcase today.
That's what's been happening for weeks now, though.
You think it's over?
It's
Been over.
I mean,
it
after
never
the whole,
started.
After the whole banging on the bench and getting mad at the ref and all that, when that all happened, because Kadarius Toney dropped like 5 passes that game, I think the locker room already knew. Like,
Let me tell you, I could
get
bet.
this bozo out
I could
of
bet
here, bro.
all my money, sell my car with that money, put it on the bet as well. Tony won't be in a Chiefs uniform next year.
Oh,
He won't.
send him to Atlanta with everybody else.
I hope not.
Listen,
Send him to China. He can
we
play
didn't-
over there.
We didn't talk about Atlanta, but I guess we can talk about it really quick, right?
Learn Chinese, Kadarius.
Before we hop into the boom and bust, also, I didn't even tell you, but I'm going to tell you looking right at your eyes right now. I figured out how to make someone's voice echo.
I'll save that for the boom, boom, boom.
So when we start doing the boom, boom.
Does that mean I only have to say it once now, or should
No,
I
you still
say
have to say it.
Oh, okay.
Just because you say it. Until I show you how to do it and then we install it, you're going to have to echo manually.
All right, you let me know when the time comes.
I got Buffalo in this game, bro. I think it's about time.
I think this one's tough. Well, I'm the only one that chose Tampa Bay last game. I'm gonna choose Kansas City.
Now, before we get into David's pick, David could talk about why he picked who he picked. And word on the street is, oh, I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about?
David, is this your parlay game?
Oh, it definitely is.
Oh, I was completely misreading what I saw because you also put a parlay on the Buffalo game last week.
Yeah, well,
right. So
Big Buffalo
I'm trying to redeem myself.
Right.
From that parlay.
Come back and redeem yourself, then. Let's talk about it.
David, who's gonna score, Knox or Kincaid?
It's gonna be Knox. I'm taking Allen for 25 plus rushing, Mahomes for 225 plus passing yards, Knox for a TD, and I'm also gonna take Josh Allen for an interception because he's good for those.
Oh, I like that one.
And that was David's parlay of the week.
Let us all cheer his name in great glory! Huzzah!
Oh, David!
I don't think anybody in the medieval
Hooray!
times sounded like that.
Woo! Hooray!
I think that we're all having a little too much fun. I promise you, as the audio gets better and better, there are going to be more soundboard effects that reference old people.
Old person.
Like creaky bed, maybe a cane walking, maybe a squeak of a wheelchair.
There's another segment to get to, isn't there?
You're right. And we're going to hop right into it right now. It's the boom and bust of the weekend.
Boom, 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 boom.
Now, I believe the term that Petey used was a double edge.
Like a sword.
Like a sword. Shing, shing, shing.
Like when David was growing up and fighting those knights outside the castle.
Back when he was the inspiration behind Medieval Times Restaurant. Did you know that? David was in the cut eating mutton.
He had a trusty steed.
Oh, my headphones fell off.
Yo, eating mutton is crazy.
David, if you had a horse, what would the horse's name be?
Friday.
Shout out, Joe.
No, I'm sorry. Continue. What was your
Roach.
Roach?
Ooh.
Roach.
Why? Like a cockroach?
It's a Call of Duty character.
Nah, it's from the game. It's from The Witcher.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm not a gamer like that, bro.
It's okay.
Look,
I thought you were.
I wish. Honestly, the only game I really play, shout out, is Rocket League. Shout out Rocket League. This is what I do in my spare time.
If anybody wants to challenge Cody in Rocket League,
nobody wants
leave
smoke.
your Rocket League gamer
Look,
tag
I'm just
in the
being
comments.
honest with you. Look. I want to get into this boom and bust. We're going to get through this quick.
We have time. You don't have to rush. Don't worry.
What is it? LaShawn McCoy? I'll give anybody crazy work. Crazy work.
Okay.
And you don't even need to worry about my rank. It don't matter. I'm better than you. Straight like
you
that.
won't 1v1 me.
You suck.
You won't 1v1 me.
You suck.
I'll beat you.
Don't make us do this on the microphone.
I'll beat you in any game and then your own game on top
Oh,
of
you're
it.
out of your mind.
We should live stream us playing 2K.
I would love to do that. Oh, you know what? Well,
yeah, what happened? How about Madden, huh?
I'll play you in Madden.
No, you won't. You won't make it all 4 quarters.
I'll play you in Madden before 2K.
You won't make it all 4 quarters.
Listen, we're not going to get there. I would definitely 100% be willing to stream live Madden, me and you, on Twitch at some point in the future.
Let's do it. How about week of the Pro Bowl or Super Bowl?
Oh, my God.
We'll think about that.
Look, we got plans for the Super Bowl. They're not ready for that one yet.
No.
I want to talk about my first boom. I got Brandon Ayuk against the Packers. Averaging
Interesting.
15.6 points a game.
Yeah.
Green Bay does not show consistency well at the defensive side of the ball. There's no reason why any of San Francisco's receivers shouldn't explode. That's why I got Brandon Ayuk doing his thing this week. But since it's double-edged, why don't you talk to me a little bit about your bust?
I was thinking. You did start off boom and bust 2-18. We won't forget about that.
Chill.
And I was like, wow, if I would have gone all those weeks and just chose the opposite of you, I would have been 18-2. So here's what we're gonna do.
You're not gonna disrespect me like
so
that.
here's what we're gonna do.
You're not gonna disrespect me
You
like
chose
that.
Brandon Ayuk as your boom. I'm gonna choose him as a bust. 15.6 average, as you said. He is playing against the Packers.
I hope it's close so I can just win by 0.1.
You're gonna be stressed.
15.6. It gets to 15.7. I'm like, oh, Petey, sorry, you had to pick against me. Whatever. I want to pick one that you didn't pick because you're not worried about me so bad.
I'm not done talking.
All right, finish.
Can't take the mic out of my hands.
That's why you have your own.
Brandon Ayuk is gonna bust because you chose him.
When you said
It's
it
a
like
boom.
that, it sounded like Goofy's laugh. So I got Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk. So, hey, man. All love to Brandon Ayuk.
Shout out Eamon.
Shout out Eamon.
No, we haven't said that in a while.
Or Eamon.
Or
We haven't
Eamon.
said that in a while.
Yeah, it's been a
Because we
while.
haven't said the rest in peace Dylan Angel or none of that in a while.
Aaron Rodgers.
Because he's back, bro.
No, he's not.
I mean, the Jets are gone, so there's nowhere for
Jets
you to
are
be
in
back
Mexico
to.
on a beach
Listen,
drinking a martini.
they're not Tyreek Hill, but we'll get into that.
They're
when
all
we get
together.
there. As far as a boom for this week, I also got Amon-Ra St. Brown against Tampa Bay. Projected 20.7. He's already projected to do really well.
He was my boom pick last week, and it didn't work out.
Well, that's because that's you and I'm me, and we're two different people.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do know what I'm talking about. That is why I have 5 points. Not 2. Actually, it was an additional 5. I got 7 now.
Are we going to keep it going if anybody gets 3 for 3 to get a bonus too?
You know?
You want to do that again this week?
Yeah, I'm down for that. You know, and then coming up next season when we hop into this, I also want David to have a boom and buzz.
We can do that. I think I'm going to...
So we'll throw that little 3 for 3, add 2 more points onto all 3 of us.
Yeah, we're going
Because
to...
I would love to see what the record is when it becomes 3 of us. Because then you got less people to pick from. And then there's
I mean,
less
you're not
going
gonna
to
win either way.
Succeed.
So now it's
I
just
don't want to
even-
hear any of that.
even less of a
I'd
chance
rather
for you.
become 2nd out of 2 than 3rd out of 3.
You're going to be in 3rd.
You're out of your mind.
You will be.
Please talk about your bust before I break the microphone in front of me.
Well, before my mic gets busted, I want
Real quick, before you do that,
Yeah.
if you had to take a guess, how many yards do you think Dalvin Cook has?
22.
Right now, how many does he have?
That's a very
It's not like he
That's
didn't
a
look
very
at it before or
precise
whatever.
guess.
Did you look at it?
No, I'm looking at the duck.
How many
Oh.
how many rushing yards does he
20
have right now?
23.
Ooh!
That's why I said
That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
That was pretty
It's
good.
like I know football or something.
It's like you have a show or something. I don't know, man. I think I'm not that surprised. Did he score?
No.
No, we talked about this last week, right? Cody said he was gonna like have the game of his life or something.
Yeah, I don't know about
I didn't
that.
say
but
game. I didn't say game of his life.
I think
said he's
his-
gonna be the
I
turning
think
factor.
I think your exact words were Dalvin Cook is gonna be better than McCaffrey in the playoffs.
Oh my goodness.
You're such a gasser, bro. I did not say that.
I did not. I did not say that.
Refuse. Your rebuttal is accepted. No, listen. This is what I want to say to you. You're not
Actually-
gonna make me seem mediocre in front of the fandom, the mandom in it. I'm gonna be serious with you.
Okay.
I would never say that about Dalvin. Dalvin Cook and Christian McCaffrey are not even in the same room. They might not be in the same house. They might not even be in the same building.
Gee, are they in the same area code?
They might not be. One's in San Francisco, the other one's in Baltimore. So there's a reason why they're not in the same conversation, is because they're not in the same level of stature.
Baltimore's in the red zone again.
I don't.
Do you think if Dalvin would score one right now, that would be such an in-your-face moment?
It would be, but he's not going to.
Oh, okay. There's the spirit. Well, let me get right in. I'm sorry. You didn't talk about your bust.
I didn't.
You said, let me do this before
Yeah.
I bust my mic, and then we didn't get there.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I won't copy you on this one,
Right.
but I have. Speaking of McCaffrey, we got the budget option over in Tampa Bay.
Buy one, get one.
Buy one, get one, half off. He's on the sales rack. Get him now before he's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Rashad White.
Okay.
This is a little bit pettiness because I chose him to boom last time. He
Right.
didn't.
And he didn't, right? So you're just taking the other side of that. You're
Yeah.
like, hey, if fool me one time, shame on me.
Fool me twice.
No, fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Shame on me.
So if he
If I got
fools
fooled
you
again, I get
twice-
fooled again. Shout out George W. Bush.
I think we did shout out
We-
J.
we
Cole.
did this already, didn't we?
did this before,
We
but
did.
it's
Yeah.
okay. What I
Um,
wanted to ask you is this. So if he doesn't do that this time, right, and then he booms,
I'm never touching his name again.
ever again? I was just
No,
about to ask you.
never again.
Ever
I
again.
won't touch his name again. I
Without a
promise.
doubt.
Without a doubt.
Alright.
Unless he's playing the Cardinals, and I'll choose him to boom.
And then, with your luck, the Cardinals are super nice next year. and
Yeah,
there goes
okay.
that.
Um,
The last edge.
Wait, whoa! Can I talk about my players before you rush me?
Petey, you're here talking about other stuff when we're here to talk
Yeah, but I
about
want
the
to
boss.
somehow connect this into my boy Baker Mayfield. So
Talk about it.
Rashad White.
Talk about the quarterback when you're talking about the running back. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Have fun.
No, look, Rashad White. Kind of disappointed last week. It hasn't been as consistently good as he has been.
Right.
So I think maybe we see him take a step down. I think we see Baker throwing the ball more. Rashad only had one reception last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this game's going to be a shootout. And this is going to remind me a lot of the Lions-Rams game that we just saw. So I think less runs, less points for White. I'm taking the under. 15.8.
I like it. Good argument.
Thank you.
Honestly, your analytics are top notch.
I don't have a feather like David does with ink, but
Lamar just ran another one in.
There it is.
Man. Oh, and there goes Texas. Huh? There goes
30 to
Houston.
10.
Oh man, it's ugly. Speaking of ugly, I think that now, like I said when we were talking about the Bills before, now's the chance for Josh Allen to explode.
Mm-hmm.
He's my boom for this week as far as quarterback goes. Averaging 23.1. He has something to prove this game. I don't doubt that he rushes a couple ones in. I don't doubt, like David said, I don't doubt he throws a pick, but I don't doubt that he doesn't explode this game. 23.1, I could see him with 25.
Oof. Okay. Well, going off that,
Right.
how do I phrase this? My script to success this week
Yeah, whatever.
in my boom and bust picks.
Whatever, bro.
I'm following you. Choosing the opposite. We got Josh Allen as a bust. I do think he throws a pick.
Following me, choosing me, the opposite of me is an oxymoron. Are you with me or are you against me?
I'm
PD?
against you. When it comes to boom and bust, I'm against you.
And then when
There's no friendship here.
when David and sets up our duel, I don't want to hear anything.
I'm setting up the duel.
Me and you are going to sign up for Medieval Times. I don't know if everybody in the world knows what Medieval Times is, but me and you are going to sign up for Medieval Times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be team red and yellow because that's the one that always wins. And then you could be like team blue, whatever. You like the color blue, right?
Don't worry about it, guys. I got the hookup, so.
Yeah, no, I bet he does. He's the one that invented mutton. So
Set you guys right up.
Me and you are going to get on horseback and charge at each other with swords. We'll see who falls off their horse.
Is that a joust? Is that what joust
That
is?
is jousting.
That's a joust. That's the word. Of course you knew what the word was.
He used to do that with his trusty steed.
Yeah, right.
Roach.
Me and Roach.
Onward! Yeehaw!
Well, when we're at Medieval Times, I'm gonna look like the Harlem Globetrotters, and you're gonna look like the Generals.
Yeah.
That's the team they play, right? I think so. They play the same team every time as the Generals.
I'm sorry?
The Globetrotters?
I have no idea.
Oh, I don't know. I'm usually looking at the Globetrotters.
Wiki D's, can you look that up for me, please?
Sure.
You're going to ask Wiki D to look something up at the end of Boom and Bust?
We got time. Josh Allen is gonna throw a pick. Probably not gonna run a couple touchdowns in, as you said. And this can be a shootout.
Did you see what he did in Pittsburgh, bro?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Oh, it's Kansas City.
It's Pittsburgh.
It's their defense.
Yeah, their secondary's nice.
Whose secondary's done?
Kansas City. Yeah, Snead over there.
The Washington Generals, founded in 1952.
There you go.
The Washington Generals are an American basketball team who are the rivals of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Wow.
Follow-up question to that. What's their record against the Harlem Globetrotters?
Probably a little to a lot.
I think it's very similar to me and Cody's records on Boom and Bust.
All right, don't do that. Let's just finish up your bust before you get a little cocky. Let's wrap it up.
Josh Allen's going to bust 23.1 under.
Listen, you guys are haters, but I'm happy to see it. And I'm also really...
Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
Please.
But this... Yo, this is insane. The Generals played their last game against the Globetrotters on August 1st, 2015 in Wildwood, New Jersey, by the way. Shout out Jersey.
I was in Wildwood when that was happening.
You were really?
Yes, I was.
That's insane. Overall, the Generals had lost to the Globetrotters more than 16,000 times in their combined history, while winning a mere 3 to 6 games. They didn't even have an exact number.
3 to 6. They don't know for sure.
They don't know.
They know 16,000 of them were a loss.
That's crazy.
so disrespectful.
And
crazy. I'm not the Generals.
You are the Generals.
Okay? You're the Generals.
It's funny. We talked about How I Met Your Mother before in the past on the podcast. Shout out the show. Amazing. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. But there's an episode where Ted Mosby and Marshall, they go to a Harlem Globetrotters game, but they're rooting for the Generals. They have the gear on and everything. They're like, oh, they're down by 50.
That gear must have been like $2 at most.
Imagine suiting up for that game all the time.
We should.
No,
Ooh, I got
repping them.
David, I have an idea.
mm-hmm.
Next year, or maybe even this year, whenever we want to do it, whoever loses on the boom and bust and has the worst amount of points goes to a Harlem Globetrotters game dressed as a Generals fan.
I'll do it. I like that.
I like that too. I'm in.
Let's do it. Deal.
I'm in. But on that note, to wrap it up on basketball, not football, I'm glad that we got here. I'm glad that we're wrapping it up. We're sorry the episode's coming out a little late. We hope you enjoy the 8:15 game. It's going to be a good one, like we said. Green Bay at San Francisco. We hope that whoever you wants to win does, and whoever you doesn't, even though that doesn't necessarily work like that for everybody.
It doesn't happen.
Ever. But, yeah, thanks for watching. Get ready to tune in next week. It's going to get better and better every week as we go along.
That's why you mentioned basketball, right? Because next week?
Yeah.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's why we mentioned the Harlem Globetrotters.
You just said Oh, okay. I was wondering why you said basketball.
Meant.
Got it.
Yeah. Harlem Globetrotters is basketball.
Harlem Globetrotter. Yep. Now I was confused. Goal set.
As always, thanks for listening. And I'll see ya.